Hey man, say man, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Quez the Plug man. I'm back in the bank man. So you got asking over 100 NBA players who their real GOAT is, bro. This should be a good one, as y'all know. It's a big debate over who the GOAT is. It's usually between Jordan and LeBron, bro. And most people they swing towards Jordan, but you know, people in my generation they swing more towards LeBron. So either way, it's just about what generation you ask, honestly. Cause there ain't too many older people saying LeBron and GOAT. There ain't too many young. Well, actually, it's a lot of young people saying Jordan and GOAT, but still, it just a matter who you ask. Me personally, I used to have LeBron as the GOAT, but I think right now, at this point in LeBron's career, he hasn't surpassed Jordan yet. I'm not gonna lie. He just hasn't. He's not as clutch. Jordan's a better shooter, better defender. And it's a lot of things. It's just that for what separates Jordan and LeBron is that mindset, bro. Kobe had it too, but he still wasn't as good as LeBron. But it's that killer mindset. But before we get into it, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Let's get into it.
But eventually, it'll always find its way back into your life. And as much as we think we know about the game, us mere mortal hoop fans have never seen greatness up close and personal like actual NBA players have.
Facts.
So who better to ask about this age-old debate than the players themselves? From all-time greats to Hall of Famers to role players. If we ask the
Okay, so we finna get everybody opinion. This is a video I like to see, because usually when I watch these type of videos, it's asking NBA legends. They don't be asking current players. So we finna see what these current players think, bro.
players themselves who they think the greatest player of all time is, who would they choose? Well, we have the answer, and it may not be what you expect. Today's video is brought to you by Draft Tweet. $100 college free draft dollars.
I love you, my boy, but I don't feel like listening to that.
Back in 2019, The Athletic conducted an anonymous poll involving 127 active NBA players.
Let's see.
Sam Amick wrote an excellent piece on this poll. I highly recommend checking it out. And throughout this poll, these NBA players were asked to give their opinions on an array of topics, like who's the toughest player in the NBA, who talks the most trash, who's the best defensive player. For example,
Kawhi, Paul George, Rudy Gobert, Giannis at 7. That's tough.
One of the questions in the poll was, who's the MVP? James Harden received the most votes from the players, but Giannis ended up taking home the award. Another question these players were asked was, what do you see as the biggest issue facing the league? 30% of players...
Everybody's saying officiating. It makes sense, bro, especially nowadays. This video was big. I think he said 29. When was this video, man? I think a year or two ago. So the officiating has gotten even worse, bro. Last night, the Suns versus Lakers game, bro. Until LeBron called a timeout when the ball was it was a loose ball. Crazy how the officiating is so bad now, bro.
Said officiating. But of the 16 questions that were asked in this poll, the question that had the largest discrepancy in votes was, who's the best player of all time? Now, the best thing about anonymous polls is that players can be as open and as honest as they want to without worrying about being criticized for their answers later down the road. And, well, the players were brutally honest. In 5th place was a tie between Magic Johnson, Allen Iverson, and Kevin Durant.
Oh my God. NBA players were saying Kevin Durant, Allen Iverson was their best player. I can see Magic, but KD and AI? That's tough. That's how you know that. Like, younger players, they value like talent and skill more over like accolades and accomplishments, which is not a bad thing, because I mean, in basketball, when you talk about who the best basketball player ever, it's different ways to go about it. Like, who the most skilled player ever, who the most, who the most complete player, or who just the overall best player, accolades, stats, all that combined.
All receiving 1% of the votes. In 4th was Kareem. In 3rd was Kobe. In 2nd was LeBron with 11.9% of all votes. And in 1st with
MJ.
a resounding 73%
Tough.
of the votes was Michael Jordan. Granted, this poll was 3 seasons ago before LeBron won his 4th championship and 4th Finals MVP. But it seems like this debate isn't much of a debate at all. The experts had spoken, and the answer was clear as day. But
I always see Kobe in there. Well, NBA players, when they go, they always saying Kobe. NBA fans, they might say Kobe like one of their favorite players, but you never really see a lot of fans that got Kobe as they GOAT. It's kind of rare. It's usually Jordan and LeBron.
But I want to take a deeper look at these results.
No Larry Bird is crazy. I just realized that. No Larry Bird is crazy. Do your homework on Larry Bird. Do your homework.
Okay, and the answer was clear as day. But I want to take a deeper look at these results. What if we removed the anonymity, peeled back the curtain, and saw how these players voted? Well, I searched, I scoured the internet for every opinion and take on the GOAT debate that I could find, specifically from NBA players. And along the way, I found some interesting things. Like this article from ESPN that says that Michael Jordan is better than LeBron
in every way,
Crazy. According to NBA fans. And by every way, they mean literally every way. Like which one of them has the
trust to pass you the ball? No way they chose Michael or LeBron. Better passer, they chose Michael or LeBron? Oh, these is fans. They're literal just fans. They don't know nothing about basketball.
Better shoes, who'd they rather have a drink with, and who has the better look. Riveting. Informative.
Hey, yo.
Pretty, even. But no use to us. I came across one video of Meta World Peace's take on the whole debate. And once you decipher his absolute dogshit handwriting, you'll see that he's got Oscar Robertson as his GOAT. He's also got Kobe and MJ taking up the same spot.
Kyrie.
I'm not sure if that's how rankings work. And Kyrie Irving as the 4th best player in NBA history. I had no choice but to assume he was trolling, and so I moved on. Jason Williams gave his take on who he thinks the GOAT is and was ridiculed because of it on national television. Remember, kids, even NBA players can't share their takes about the NBA without getting crucified. Now, it was hard to determine the true answer for some players since over the years, they've changed their mind. At one point, Isaiah Thomas said Jordan was the GOAT. And then he said it was LeBron.
Oh.
And then he said it was Kareem. And then he said it was LeBron again.
Yeah, bro, just chatting, bro. Like, make up your mind.
Originally, Scottie Pippen said MJ was the GOAT. Then, years later, said it was LeBron. Then MJ, and then he said it was Wilt Chamberlain, and then he said it was LeBron again. Unfortunately, some players refuse to give an answer on the debates at all. Like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who's been around since basketball was played with a peach basket and has somehow never outright said who he thinks is the greatest player of all time. But after a long search, I collected the answers from 112 different NBA players. And before I
112.
show the results, let's see what we're working with.
It's a big sample size, so we finna see. It might vary.
Here are the 112 players that gave definitive answers on who they think the GOAT is. Of these 112 players, 49 of them are currently in the NBA, and 64 of them are former players. If we break it down by
I'm
decades,
seeing a lot of young guys. Okay, so this should be a good one.
4 of the players that gave their opinion on the GOAT played in the 60s, 2 of them are from the 70s, 6 played in the 80s, 21 played in the 90s, 28 played in the 2000s, 23 played in the 2010s, and 30 are a part of this next
2020?
era of NBA players. Now, of course, we're going to have some overlap in the timeline of players' careers, but for the sake of this experiment, this is how we're going to break it down.
Okay,
Don't like
makes
it?
sense.
That's too bad. And before I reveal the results of this NBA survey, I want you all to make a prediction. In order, from 1 to 5, who do you think received the most GOAT votes among all players in this survey? Pause it here if you need.
Alright. Let me know in the comments right now, y'all top 5. I'm gonna say it was Jordan, then LeBron, Kobe, Kareem, number 5, Magic or Larry Bird. Let's see.
Got your prediction?
Let's see.
Well, here are the results of all 112 NBA players and their GOAT pick. LeBron, Jordan, LeBron, Jordan, LeBron, Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, LeBron. Jordan, Wilt, LeBron, Jordan, Wilt, Jordan, Kobe, Jordan, Kareem, Jordan, LeBron, Jordan,
Oh my
Wilt,
God.
Jordan, LeBron, Jordan, Kobe.
And then, of course, all the Jordan brand athletes gonna say Jordan too. You gotta take that into account. Nike, they can say anything they want to. Jordan or LeBron.
Kobe, LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, Jordan, Wilt, LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Kareem, LeBron, Jordan, Kareem, LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, Jordan,
Oh my
LeBron,
God.
Jordan.
Jordan is just undisputed.
That's 3 votes for Kareem, 4 votes for Wilt, 6 votes for Kobe, 30 votes for LeBron, and with an overwhelming 69 votes,
God.
Michael Jordan is unquestionably the greatest player of all time, according to NBA players.
Hey, is this what NBA players are saying? Then it gotta be facts, bro. These is people that played against these people, or they know more about the game than a lot of us. So, shit, that's what they saying. Let me see. Jaylen Brown said Kareem, Spencer Haywood, Robert Parrish. Like, look at the difference in age. Like, 3 different eras right here. Or maybe not Spencer Haywood and Robert Parrish, but ain't it like 2 different Spencer Haywoods though? I don't know. Wilt Chamberlain, Joel Embiid, Clyde, Karl Malone, Wilt Chamberlain. So of course some bigs gonna say Wilt Chamberlain. Clyde Drexler, that's crazy. I didn't expect to see that, or Joel Embiid, but Kobe, Paul George, Colin Sexton. See, I see straight. There's a lot of younger players saying Kobe, besides Caron Butler. Everybody else is pretty like in a new generation. LeBron, you know, it's mostly current players saying LeBron. Besides Ron Artest, Gilbert Arenas, Oscar, Bill, Cedric Maxwell, Keith Chris. I ain't gonna lie, LeBron. But MJ, we ain't even gonna go through that. That's damn near everybody.
Now, if we compare these results to the anonymous player poll conducted by The Athletic back in 2019, the results are actually quite different. Michael Jordan still received the majority of the votes, but this time around, it isn't nearly as decisive as it was back in 2019. Keep in mind, the 2019 survey involved only active players, whereas our survey included the opinions of many retired players. But I think it would be accurate to say that over the last 3 seasons, LeBron has swayed more players into his corner with his title run in 2020 and his unprecedented longevity that now has him within reaching distance of Kareem's all-time scoring record. The only way LeBron even has a shot at being the GOAT in the eyes of most NBA players is through longevity, which has widely been agreed upon even by NBA fans over the last few years. But I want to point out some really interesting things that were revealed while gathering all these answers. Wilt Chamberlain and LeBron are the only players that chose themselves as the GOAT.
What that mean? Cockiness?
In interviews over the years, Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan have hinted at the fact that they find themselves to be the GOAT, but they've never outright said it. But even more revealing is that time and time again, NBA players, the guys that know the game better than anyone else, choose Kobe Bryant as a top 3 player and in some cases the GOAT, while most fans don't even have him in their top 5.
That's what I said in the beginning, bro. It's crazy how most players, and they love Kobe, bro.
In fact, a lot of the guys who picked Jordan as their GOAT, like Kawhi, Durant, Jimmy Butler, James Harden, Vince Carter, and dozens more, actually had Kobe at number 2 and not LeBron, which speaks volumes as to what these players value and how they define greatness. I personally think that fans of the NBA tend to factor in the totality of a player's career when considering where they rank all time, which only makes sense, whereas NBA players put more value in the actual ability and capability of all-time greats.
Yeah, that's basically what I was saying at the beginning of the video, bro. I said NBA players, they put more emphasis on skill and how good they played, how good their prime was. But fans, they look at everything. Scoring titles, MVPs, things like this, accolades, just things that it mattered, but at the end of the day, what matters is how good you is on that court. Because, you can have all these accolades because you got a good team, so.
When ranking them, NBA players tend to see past narratives, situations, fortune, or misfortune, and rather assess these players based simply on how good they are at playing basketball. Now, I want to point something out. Most of the players that played against Jordan picked Jordan as their GOAT. But a lot of the players that played against LeBron also picked Jordan as their GOAT. In fact, if we look at the eras these players played in and how they voted, players across every decade chose Jordan as their GOAT. Whereas with LeBron, the vast majority of his votes came from players who may have simply been too young to watch Jordan play.
That's facts. Julius Erving saying LeBron is tough. Oscar saying LeBron is tough too. Oscar, all-around player. Of course, you're going to gravitate towards LeBron, the playmaker, but crazy.
This isn't to say they chose LeBron by default due to their age, but it is something worth considering. But what about the guys that played against or with LeBron, Kobe, and Michael Jordan throughout the course of their careers? Well, this is where things get really interesting, because out of the 112 players who were surveyed, 27 of them played against LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan during their NBA career. And of those 27 players, 1 of them said Kobe was the GOAT, 4 of them said LeBron was the GOAT, and 22 of them said MJ was the GOAT. Just think about that.
Everybody love MJ, bro.
Among the guys that actually played against and guarded Kobe, LeBron, and Jordan, 81% of them say MJ was the greatest player. But we can take this even further. What about the guys that played with Michael Jordan and LeBron James? Well, among these 112 players, 27 of them were teammates of either LeBron or MJ. And of these 27 players, 20 of them agreed MJ was the GOAT, and only 6 said LeBron was the GOAT.
That is tough. It's players from all eras saying it too, not just older players. Kyle Kuzma, Westbrook, Brandon Ingram. It's a lot of young players. Even D Wade said Jordan. Other than Chris Bosh, Scottie Pippen, but he was saying Jordan and LeBron, so it's kind of weird.
And I think this might just be the most revealing aspect of this entire experiment. The fundamental difference between some of the best players of all time, like Kareem, LeBron, Wilt, Magic, versus Michael Jordan, is that players respected these all-time greats, but they feared MJ. They appreciate LeBron and Magic and Kobe, but they revere Michael Jordan. Among all the interviews and articles I sifted through to gather the information for this video, it seemed like every time a player talked about Michael Jordan, whether they played with him, against him, watched him, they were all in amazement. Just talking about his game, you could see their eyes light up, like they were talking about some mythical being or something. They're all NBA players. They've all reached the pinnacle of their sport, and yet none of them see Michael Jordan as their peer, but rather above them, like he's on a tier of his own. This untouchable, unattainable, immortal status. The man retired from the NBA decades ago, and yet it still remains Michael Jordan, and then everyone else. Hope you all enjoy it, and as always, until next time.
Man, every video I watch, bro, every video I watch, it all leads back to Jordan being the GOAT. Like, no matter what you do, you ask players, he the GOAT. You look at stats, he the GOAT. It's like, Jordan just the undisputed GOAT, man. Before we get out of here, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. And what player picking these players, what surprised you the most out of all these picks? Like, what player picking their GOAT surprised you the most? But yeah, and I'm out.